All right, let's get right into it. The stage is absolutely set for a massive, massive clash. We're talking about the T20 World Cup semi-final. And folks, it just doesn't get any bigger than this. India taking on England. So we're going to break down exactly what's going to decide this incredible matchup. You know, this is way more than just a game. It's a rivalry that has so much history. And get this, for the third time in a row, these two heavyweights are meeting in the semifinals. And where's it all going down? Mumbai's legendary Wankhede Stadium. You can just imagine the atmosphere. It's going to be an absolute cauldron of noise, just ready for this next chapter. But in a match this huge, where the stakes are this high, what are the key battles that are going to decide who wins? Well, it really boils down to just a few critical factors, a couple of decisive head-to-heads. And that is exactly what we're going to get into right now. Okay, so first things first, we've got to talk about the venue, the battleground, Wankhede Stadium. Look, it isn't just a pretty backdrop for the game. Oh no, it's an active player in this whole drama, and it brings its own unique set of challenges. This place is a legendary paradise for batters. The pitch has this amazing true bounce, which means the batsmen can really trust it and just let their hands fly. And you combine that with some notoriously short boundaries, what do you get? A recipe for an absolute run fest, a high-scoring thriller. Both teams are packed with power hitters, so this pitch is just begging for fireworks. But wait, it's not just about the pitch. There's this other little thing, well, not so little, a weather phenomenon that can totally flip the script on strategy, and that's the dew. In Mumbai, dew isn't just a tiny detail. It's a massive, massive variable that the captains have to think about. So, why does this matter so much? Well, picture this. The ball gets wet and slippery. For a bowler, that is an absolute nightmare. They can't grip the seam, which makes it super hard to spin the ball or get it to swing. You'll see them out there with towels, constantly trying to keep it dry. But for the batter? Oh, it's great. The wet ball just skids onto the bat, making it way easier to hit. So what's the bottom line? A huge, huge advantage for the team batting second. And look, the numbers don't lie. In the last 5 T20s played right here at Wankhede, the team batting second, the Chasers, they've won 3 of them. Just that one stat tells you everything you need to know. Winning the coin toss, that could be the first big win of the night, right there. All right, so we've talked about the conditions. Let's shift gears and get to the real heart of this contest, the individual matchups. These are the one-on-one duels where this whole semifinal is really going to be won or lost. And wow, what a duel to kick things off. On one side, you have Jasprit Bumrah, who has been on fire, just in scintillating form, with an economy of only 6.30 in the tournament. And on the other side, Buttler. Now, here's the crazy part. He's been in a bit of a slump, but he's also the all-time leading T20 run scorer against India. How wild is that? So you've got this incredible clash of red-hot form versus historical dominance. You just know Bumrah's thinking about targeting him with that lethal in-swinging Yorker. Okay, let's move to another key battleground, spin bowling. And this is interesting. Former England captain Michael Vaughan threw out a pretty bold claim. He said that England actually has the better spin attack. A provocative thing to say for sure, especially when you're playing in India. So let's take a look and see if the numbers actually back him up. And you know what? Vaughan might actually have a point here. If you look at the stats, England's spin trio, Rashid, Dawson, and Jax, they've grabbed 28 wickets combined in this tournament. Compare that to India's key spinners, who have 19. So on paper, they've been more effective. But here's the real million-dollar question. Can they do that against this Indian batting lineup, who are traditionally just so good at playing spin? So with the stakes being this high, how does India find that winning edge? Well, for that, let's turn to one of the greatest minds the game's ever seen, Sunil Gavaskar. He's actually laid out a pretty clear tactical blueprint for how India can win this thing. So what's Gavaskar's big idea? It's pretty simple, actually. He says the key is to use your best weapon, Jasprit Bumrah, right from the get-go. Don't save him for later. Unleash him for at least 2 overs inside that initial power play, the first 6 overs with the fielding restrictions. The goal? Land an early, decisive knockout blow. Let's just break that down a bit. The logic here is simple, and it's super aggressive. Step 1, get Bumrah in there with the new ball. Step 2, go right for the jugular. Target England's biggest threats. We're talking Buttler, Phil Salt, Harry Brook, immediately. And step 3, don't give them a single second to settle in. The entire plan is to basically break the back of England's batting before the game even really gets going.
So why is this the plan? Why Bumrah? Why now? Well, it's because he's an absolute master of deception. The guy is relentlessly evolving, always adding new tricks to his bag. But the really crucial part is that his bowling action, it barely changes at all. So whether he's about to bowl a toe-crushing Yorker, a sneaky slower ball, or a big swinging delivery, he gives the batter almost zero clues to read. And that's what makes him so hard to predict and just so devastatingly effective.
Okay, so we've looked at the pitch, we've looked at the players, we've looked at the strategy, and it all boils down to one final fascinating question. A question that's only going to be answered out there on the field.
So what's it going to be? Is Gavaskar's blueprint the secret to victory? Will Bumrah's power play assault be that decisive knockout blow? Or does England's really strong spin attack and their deep batting lineup have what it takes to weather that storm and silence that massive Mumbai crowd? That, right there, is the question.